Hello everyone, welcome to Distance Reiki and Crystals. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad that you are here today. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to make any requests for your healing. We will start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to the requests of everyone that's here in the chat. So make those requests, whether they're general or specific. You can include the crystals you want, or let me choose them for you, whatever feels better. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. It's so good to see you again. And for those of you watching on the recording, if you want to skip ahead just to this session, you can go ahead to approximately the 1 hour point and start your journey there, or slide things over until the light begins to shift. So yeah, let's get things started. Let's dive in. I've got the crystal grid already set up for us. As you can hear, my cats are running around like wild in the background. Hattie is howling. But yeah, let's get started on building this beautiful grid. Awesome. So here we go. I've started us off with our usual mirror to reflect and deflect any kind of lower energy that we just don't need. We've got our copper spiral. This will break up any blockages as well as get any energy flowing optimally. We have some rose quartz here on each end. This is here to help us shift and move any lower energies out. It makes it a lot easier to break habits and let go of things when we've got some other great energy that's just really consistent and vibrant and unconditional. So that's where rose quartz fits in. And I've got some clear quartz here. This does a great job of amplifying any other crystals, and it can also stand in for any crystals you may not have at home. It tends to be a bit of an amplifier. So yeah, so we've got all these here, and we will go ahead and see who's here. Say our hellos. Let's see. Ooh, my other chat window. Here we go. It's good to see you all. Awesome. Brindley Grace, I'm doing well, thank you. Demita, welcome in. Jennifer, Jenny, Chris, Michelle, welcome. Natalie, I'm so glad you're here live, and thank you so much for all of your support in the comments. It really does mean a lot. We also have, we have Chris. I think I said hi to Chris. And Blue Sky, I hope you're doing well. Ready for more work next, let's see, tomorrow. My days are a little bit different. Good to see you all. Okay, gotcha. Absolutely gotcha, Demita. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start from the top. Let's see. We've got blessings for everyone. Absolutely. Good evening indeed. I hope all of those of you in Philly on the opposite side of the Schuylkill from where I am are set up. I am set up. I know had a little bit of a chemical spill into our waterways, so those of you who are going to be on bottled water for a bit, let me know if you need anything. I'm here. But yeah, let's see. Oh, these are some good ones. These are some really good requests. Okay, so we've got from Jennifer, Corey Kitty's teeth and gum issue. You finally catching up on all the things that you're behind on. Oh man, is there a magic dose of something I can have for that too? Yeah, let's do, okay, so kitty stuff. Let's do some leopard skin jasper. And teeth and gum specifically. Let's do aquamarine. And catching up on things. Let's do some polychrome jasper. Yeah, let's start there. So leopard skin jasper helps with healing animals in general. So anytime that you're doing any work with animals, if your animals are sick, it's a great stone to work with. It's also one that you can turn to if you want to connect with your animal guides and protectors too. So this is leopard skin jasper, so that's what that looks like. And I will get to everyone's request today for sure. So yeah, so that is a leopard skin jasper. Let's go ahead and start some off there. This is also one that helps, it's thought to help call on soulmates as well as help coordination and balance. Aquamarine is great for teeth and gums. It's also great for emotions and feelings, and also to deflect pettiness and to encourage forgiveness. This is also one that, when it comes to deflecting pettiness and kind of low behavior, this is also one that we often joke about. What is it? Calms the always aggrieved. So I usually hint to it being like an anti-Karen stone. It's like a great stone for anyone that works in customer service for sure. But to deflect actions of people who are almost looking for an outlet, and if you happen to be there, it'll be you kind of energy. Also great for may justice prevail. So if you're working through themes around justice, this could be a good stone to work with. So we'll bring that in for Corey Kitty. For getting things done, motivation, polychrome jasper helps us to shake off those vibes of being just kind of stuck and apathetic and not moving. It helps to reignite our passions, what makes it a lot easier to then get up and do the things that are aligned with our Earth Star chakra. And our Earth Star chakra is beneath the root chakra, and that's how we enact our soul's purpose, by doing the things we need to do to get things done. And this is polychrome jasper in its natural state. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that around there. Hopefully it'll help you call upon that energy of action. And it'll help you on your path to getting things done. So all the best to you. May it apply to both of us. I'll second that intention for sure. Okay, good. That looks good. Heather, welcome in. It's good to see you. Okay, cool. Patience, we definitely have stuff for that too. I will get to everyone's request today, but let's see. Let's bring in some dumortierite for now. This is a good one for patience as well as anger. So there you go. This, yeah, like I said, helps with anger, helps with anger and patience in that sense of just being kind of short, not having a ton of energy to hold back. If something's kind of burning away underneath, this could be a helpful stone. This also helps tidiness and helps ligaments and tendons on the physical level, it's thought. So that's dumortierite. That out here. For cooperation for your housemates and things like that, for the people in your house to hopefully get things together. We also have one that helps to clear the energy quite well, and that's Dalmatian jasper. This definitely brings in a lot of cooperation. It also clears the energy. It's basically black tourmaline and running through these jasper specimens. And black tourmaline repels less than great energy. So having that run through jasper, it's thought that this helps clear the auric field or the energy field of a person's body. So that can help clear a space, that can help clear your energy, perhaps even theirs, but it also invites that sense of cooperating, working together for a common cause. So this is Dalmatian jasper. And I'm also going to bring in carnelian. Carnelian is also helpful, and I did see a request for help with the sacral chakra, and carnelian is super helpful for that too. But carnelian is great for the sacral chakra. Basically has everything to do with how we relate to others, how we connect, how we hold space for them, how we allow space to be held for ourselves. So it can really help things like work environments and housemate situations, as well as bolstering things like creativity. Yeah, this is also another good one for apathy and laziness, to kind of reignite some fire. This one has the added benefits of calling on any kind of sacred relationship you might be asking for. This is also connected with the sacral and everything that the sacral means, not just how we relate to others as far as the people in our communities or our living environments or families, but also this governs sexual function and dysfunction, fertility, things like that too. And it can also be really great for colds as well as healing wounds, so carnelian. But yeah, anything having to do with the sacral chakra, getting along with others, relationships of any kind, including romantic, and really helping on the physical level too. So let's bring that in. Hey Martha, good to see you. Betty, welcome in. Okay, good stuff. Oh, I like that request list very much. Awesome. So let's see what else we have here. That helps. Let's see. Oh, other stones too. Blue calcite, fluorite, bloodstone, aragonite. Aragonite, good call. Okay. So we've got aragonite, fluorite, blue calcite, bloodstone. Okay. Bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope. This is one that I often reach for when it's like emotional stuff hits the fan. Like it's super helpful when we're really at even our lowest points. This can really lift despair and help increase emotional stamina when you're dealing with something that's really, really heavy. It's a very, very deep green with some ever so tiny hits of red. And it's basically, it works within the heart chakra, but also within the root. So any kind of heartache, heartbreak, things like that, that involve just shaking your whole foundation of your life kind of thing. So this could even be like loss of someone close to you. But this is also great to relieve self-doubt and to quiet your mind during meditation. So bloodstone for sure. Fluorite is a stone I like to think of for, moving through chaotic energy. This can be very, very relaxing and calming. And it really does help you to kind of like find focus and balance in the midst of any kind of chaotic changes going on. It's also, of course, good for teeth because fluoride. But it also is thought to bring comfort to moms and newborns, especially right after birth, and it's sort of like chaotic, traumatic, and also to organize work environments and things like that. So this is fluorite. I often work with this when I just feel like my energy might be chaotic or I'm having a chaotic moment. It can be really helpful. So that's fluorite and blue calcite, which by the way is super pretty. This is good for soothing a lot of things, including emotional pain. It's like emotional first aid in a sense. It can help you if you're struggling to verbalize even like what those difficult feelings are. This can be really helpful. It also helps with bringing kind of revelations and clarity. Like if you're looking for, okay, but what does all this mean? This can help bring that poignant moment of, oh, it's a breakthrough. I kind of get that truth, that something that I've been looking for. This can be helpful with that. It also helps with decision making, especially if you're making decisions while you're still healing. Also, bloodstone is quite good for that. So we'll put some blue calcite here. Yeah. I really think of this as like emotional first aid when you're kind of heartbroken or devastated, but you have to still keep moving. For sure. There we go. So that's blue calcite. Very good for emotional pain. Aragonite we work with a lot, usually in combination with Caribbean blue calcite. Aragonite itself is great for healing old wounds. It's great for emotional strength and stability, clearing all of your energy centers, but especially it relates to the Earth Star chakra and the root. So the root is lower on your chakra system, so it actually aims down from the pelvis. That's all the energy that It's the energy center in connection with safety, security, basic needs, fight or flight type things. The Earth Star Chakra. So that would be more our connection to our soul's purpose and moving forward with it. So I think that this is really helpful. It can be great for an overactive mind as well, and it can be really, really grounding, but it is a type of calcite. So we've got that here. So for now, we'll put that here. Well, we'll put that here. There we go. So that's Aragonite. And I'm so glad you're here. And I'm glad everyone's hanging out. Hey, Korakar, Vincent. So glad y'all are here. Okay. Oh, you're going to work as an arborist. Jenny, congratulations. Oh, I'm so glad you two are together. Healing for finances, taxes, yeah. Muscle stiffness, pain, endurance, and intelligence for your first day of work. Gotcha. So let's do for muscle weakness and pain potential, like calcium deficiency or even magnesium deficiency in some cases, is serpentine. This is also really good for diabetes, hypoglycemia. It's thought to be related as a helpful stone for things like dementia as well, and even for helping to induce trance meditation. So this is serpentine. This and alongside the dumortierite were gifts from Jennifer Vatsa and her store, which you can find on Etsy at Belladonna's Botanicals. You can find my crystal store at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, where you can also find information about my live online Reiki certification classes, my community Discord, one-on-one sessions and readings with me, and anything else you'd want to know. They're all linked in the description below as well. So let's do that. So yeah, that is serpentine, and thank you, Jen, for that. Yay, serpentine. I love working with that stone. That can also help with stiffness and pain too. Let's see, endurance too, physical endurance. Let's do some citrine. Citrine is great for financial gain as well as money management. So I think that this could be helpful. It's like the modern money manifestation stone. So this is what natural citrine looks like, kind of like this brownish orange. But yeah, great for calling on financial abundance. And like I said, also for balancing logic with intuition, and for things like nausea, addictions, compulsions, and even for fibromyalgia. There is a link with this. None of the clients I've had have worked with citrine before, so I'm not entirely certain, but it is reported to have some benefits there. So let's bring that in for the help with taxes and all of us for financial safety, security, well-being, because yep, times is tough. let's be real about that. Let's also bring in endurance. Let's see. Let's bring in some zoisite. This one's a great one for connecting with nature as well. So this is one that helps to release negativity. It helps with seasonal affective disorders. One would kind of expect anything that helps you to connect with nature. But this is also to help you face problems and things like setbacks face to face and head on without sort of procrastinating. So if anyone's struggling with that, this can be helpful. But it's also great for dealing with obstacles, whether it's an obstacle in terms of procedures or if a person is serving as an obstacle, this can be helpful. But definitely for the connection with nature, I think this can be helpful. And it'll also, like, shaking off negativity always helps you to show up as your best self. And let's go ahead and put this back here. Let's also do I feel really strongly to use some tiger eye for you. Tiger eye is good for learning new things. It's great for things like study and kind of like memorizing too, but basically study, research too. It helps to give what we're learning, give us like a bird's eye view of things, but it's also great for bolstering courage, strength, balance. It's great for big picture thinking, so thinking of all the things in a big scale so you can see how things work together and how things connect in the middle. This can be really good for a first day at work. So, and it's also very protective energetically too. But yeah, it helps to strengthen our sense of self. Good for the solar plexus. And lapis, which I know at some point today we're going to be using for something. It's great for pain and inflammation, but it's also great for moving up in your career. This is one of integrity. It's the good talk to do ratio, communicating very clearly, saying where you're at. It helps with making good impressions on colleagues as well, and for manifesting good colleagues. This is also for personal responsibility, as well as anything having to do with the inner ear. It's thought to have a connection to things like vertigo and hearing loss, but this is lapis lazuli. So I hope that this helps you tomorrow. And I know a lot of you have been working towards moving up in your careers, so lots of love to all of you as I add some lapis. Stress, fever, stress, headache. Yeah. Stress, energy, stress, headache, absolutely. I'm going to bring in some green calcite. This can be great for like tension headache or tension anything, tension pain, but it helps to calm, ease, reassure, whether it's anxiety or fear. This can be really helpful. But where anxiety and fear and things tend to sit in our body, anytime we're stressed or anxious or worked up, we are going to feel it in our body. We're going to feel the tension, the tightness. Sometimes we hold it in our jaw. Some folks, it's like we feel it in our neck and our shoulders. Other people feel it in the pit of their stomach. Everyone's a little bit different, but this is a stone that helps unwind that physical manifestation of physical tension. So we'll bring this in. So green calcite. Let's put that here. Let's make some more room here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I love this for like that anxiety that just kind of sits in your body. It causes so much discomfort. Okay. So glad you're here, Michelle. And congratulations and best of luck on your new job tomorrow, Jenny. Let's see. Healing for stress and physical healing in your body as well. So Michelle, it sounds like the green calcite was up your alley too. We'll definitely get to more physical body healing too. And I will get to Chris's, I'm going to work Chris's requests in too. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Chakra aligning, additional focus on your sacral. Absolutely. Sacral, I think I mentioned that when we were talking about carnelian. And oh, good. Blue sky, you got some shungite for this weekend. I'm glad to hear that. New job's off to a rough start. I'm sorry to hear that too. Your intention is for those in your home to be thankful for what they have and respectful to one another. Yeah. I did support that, but I'm seeing if there's anything more about gratitude and shifting attitudes there. I'm going to keep thinking on that too, besides just the carnelian. Oh, and Brinley, you're going back to work. Oh my goodness, you had an accident while meditating? That's okay. I shattered my leg getting into a hammock to read a book. It happens. Like, it's amazing what happens. I hope it goes well. Okay, so if your mind is going a million miles a second, something to help calm the mind, definitely. Hey, Heart, good to see you. Rona, welcome in. Female area healing, uterine issues. Absolutely, we can do that. And yes, Rona, I definitely did get a chance to. I have water here. I had stocked up already. I hope you did too. If you're out here with me, yeah, I always have backup. Oh no, something happened water. When I used to live on South Street in Philly, it happened a bunch of times where like the infrastructure would just go kaput and we had no running water. It happened at least a good 3 or 4 times while I lived there. So I have never been without tons of water. I have these containers that once a year I re-disinfect them and put new water in and seal them. So I've got just a whole back stock of fresh water, and I did get more, but I'm good. But thank you for asking. Let's see. Earth Star Chakra. What kind of calcite was that again? Aragonite. Absolutely. Clear bed energy. Meet your soulmate and abundance in everything. I love it. So let's do clearing bad energy. We'll do some more of that. Soulmate. Carnelian is helpful. Leopard skin jasper is helpful. Moonstone is also helpful for that. So let's grab moonstone. Moonstone. I'm going to put in some shungite because Blue Sky, you said it was helpful for you, and Betty has the intention of clearing some energy. So shungite is great for absorbing energy that we don't need to absorb ourselves. It's also great for physical recovery and tissue repair, helping to remove emotional pain and energy blocks, as well as just generally keeping your field clear, especially if you're somebody who's really empathic. And if you pick up energy that is like from electrical devices, computers, things like that, this can also be a really helpful stone. So this is shungite. I'm going to put that out here. And then I'm going to go ahead, and moonstone helps with connection to the divine as well as lunar cycles, cycles of nature, ancient wisdom, the sacred feminine, anything that you could really think of being aligned with the High Priestess Tarot card. This is very connected with. But I would also say that this is a great one to work with if you're calling in a spiritually significant relationship. This can be really, really helpful. And want to make sure I don't forget pink tourmaline too. But This is Moonstone, so this will help with calling in a partner. So let's put that under the fluorite. There we go. Whoops. And one more. Okay, there we go. Pink tourmaline is great for every kind of gynecologic problem you could think about, like all parts of the reproductive system, but also for hormone problems in general, regardless of gender, puberty, regardless of gender. Accepting your body, dispelling some negative body self-image, if that's a thing. Also, neuralgia and migraines. This is thought to help. So that's pink tourmaline. So I'll put that in for Natalie. That'll be helpful. Let's see. And abundance in everything, definitely citrine. So Betty, let's see, definitely citrine. And I usually put in, and I see that Cora Carr requested it, so I'm going to put it in now. This is for Cora Carr's mom as well. Another stone that helps us to manifest what we need, especially in terms of resources, is pyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold, and it's thought that fool's gold brings the real gold. So here it is. It's also helpful for opening up to intuition while also having protection, which seems like such a mixed message, especially when you first start doing any kind of divination or readings or intuitive anything, that you're, on one hand, you're like, I'm open and I want to hear, but there's a boundary and that's what I don't want to hear. This can help hold that space, especially in the beginning. It's also thought to be helpful for the mind and the memory. So we'll bring this in. Go. And gold tiger eye, which we have, red tiger eye, moonstone, which we have. We have clear quartz. Let's get smoky amethyst. We have carnelian. We have citrine, black onyx. Let's do some mookaite. Mookaite helps us with accepting change. It also helps us with decision making, especially when the two are linked. Like accepting change, accepting that we have to make a decision that maybe we normally wouldn't be super thrilled about, or it's a very big commitment. So this is mookaite or Australia jasper. This is another piece of mookaite or Australia jasper. Really pretty, really grounding. Let's put that right here to balance the aragonite. Black onyx is great for grounding fear and moving through grief. It's also a great stone if you want to connect with your ancestors. It's highly protective. It's great for bringing about connection with anything that you connect with your ancestors. So with them in the spirit realm, or if you're traveling to a place where they originate or where they lived, like your ancestral homelands, this is a great stone to even wear. It's also great for self-doubt, anxiety, and helping you to increase your self-esteem. So we'll bring this in. So that's black onyx. There we go. Just making room for everybody. There we go. And your other ones were red tiger eye, smoky amethyst. Okay, So amethyst is great for when you're doing any kind of self-improvement work. If you're reflecting on yourself and thinking like, what do I want to work on? How do I want to improve the way that I act and behave and go through life to improve my life? This is a great stone to do that. And it helps you in those moments where you're thinking, oh my God, I can't believe this is who I am. I'm so, and we get into the shame spiral of getting better. This one reminds us like you're already on your path. It's okay. You're making better choices now. It's also great for personal responsibility, taking personal responsibility, not taking on responsibility for what isn't yours, and with the recovery journey. So addiction and recovery, and it's very much aligned with 12-step groups in particular. So that is amethyst, but great for opening up to spirituality, especially if you're new to spirituality. Let's see. Let's do this. I'll put the amethyst, clear quartz, and rose quartz we'll put here. And I have some more clear quartz. There we go. So we're in balance. We also have some smoky quartz, which helps to transmute and just fundamentally change the energy of a space, of a situation, of a scenario. It's great for calming worry, and it's so protective. It's even been used since at least the Middle Ages to protect property from being stolen. So smoky quartz, it can be in the slightest smoky, like this, it almost looks clear, all the way up to like an almost black kind of color. So let's see, we'll put that. Right there, in front of bloodstone. And a couple in the center here. Red tiger eye is probably the most protective stone I have. It's protective whether it's mundane things like people bullying, picking on you, triangulating you, things like that. It's also really helpful for malevolent spiritual work too. So regardless of whatever you're protecting yourself against, this is really helpful. It can be also used for manifesting money on really short term. Like if you need financial assistance really quickly, this is one of the stones to reach for. But also just in general, bullying, mundane or spiritual, whether it's in a workplace, family, roommates, neighborhood, whatever the case might be. So that is red tiger eye. And did I get them all? I did. Yay. Oh, pink coral, garnet, emerald ruby, yellow calcite. We got bloodstone, we got pyrite, sunstone. Emerald is another stone that's great for sparking that passion for things in your life once again. It's also great for healing skin and tissue, so injury or surgery, and for manifesting success. So that is raw emerald right there. So bring this in. Sunstone is for if you feel like you might be getting in your own way when you're thinking about the future and setting future goals and plans. Sunstone. This is a stone that helps us to get out of our own way. It reminds us we did not come here to play small, and that the biggest limitations we have on what we're trying to do most often are our own limitations. So this helps us to dream big and think big about what our options and goals might be. So Sunstone really helps to empower you. So let's put that on the rose quartz. Garnet helps to organize, but it also is courage in times of change, the courage to do things differently, and the courage to lead. So if you're starting a new venture, if you're starting anything new, if you're even just trying to get a little bit better at getting things done, this is one that helps you to be efficient with your time and be creative about how you do things so that you can make the most of your time and effort and energy. It's also helpful for just being practical in general. So here we go with garnet. It is the birthstone for January as well. And we have some ruby, yellow calcite, and red coral, which is ultra protective of women. It is the ultimate anti-misogyny stone. This helps anytime that women are being kind of second-class citizened. So this is your role. We're not going to listen to you anytime you're relegated, triangulated, disregarded, bypassed, passed over, all of the glass ceiling type stuff too. This is great for women's equality in general, but from the most small ways that shows up with interpersonal relationships all the way to like more systemic issues, like at a workplace where it's been going on a long time or in society. Black coral is very protective in general, so I'm just going to put that around the base. That's a necklace that was handmade for me by a friend's mom. Ruby is one that I love using along with garnet because it is the ultimate leadership stone. This is a stone that if you need to see the big picture, stand up tall, and take lead, you want to have this. It can be great on the courage to be yourself too in leadership, to lead the way you lead. That's important to you. And also is another stone that has a lot of connection to things like fibromyalgia, as well as love and fertility. So, ruby. Put that right in front of there. And yellow calcite allows us to sink into our joy. This is a great stone of the solar plexus. This is standing up for ourselves. This is being ourselves and listening to what we want, not based on the obligations that have been placed upon us by others or by society. This helps us to shake that off and feel good to move forward in life exactly as we are and to find joy in our expression of self. So, yellow calcite. Put that behind moonstone and fluorite. And thank you so much for being here, Gigi. Martha Gigi, love you so much. Let's see. Red coral is where it's at. Chris, I definitely am going to get to a bunch of these. Oh, rose quartz, good, I have for you. Moonstone, Herkimer, labradorite, blue kyanite, sapphire. You got it. Blue kyanite, sapphire, Aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite, peridot, Herkimer, Iolite and hematite. Yeah, Sunstone is incredible, Patty. It's good to see you. Oh, Jen, you use a water delivery service. Good for you. Is sacral chakra tied with partners? Yes, very much. So, sorry I didn't see that sooner. The sacral chakra is the second chakra, so it is above the root, and it's essentially just south of the navel. And it very much is related to relationships. Absolutely. So any kind of partnership, though. So it can be romantic partnership or business partnership or the way you get on with your community even. All the ways that we relate to others can be there, but especially partnerships, romantic partnerships, even relationships with our children, that can be a big one, or relationships with parents, that can be a big one. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, we do need to shungite this whole river. Which one was the mediumship stone? A good mediumship stone I'm actually going to grab right now is sapphire. Sapphire, chevron amethyst, which I'm also going to put in here too. Sapphire is great for channeling, connecting in mediumship. So whether you're directly connecting to a spirit and then kind of connecting and saying what you're hearing, or if you need help kind of describing your intuitive impressions in a way like for example, when I read tarot for other people, I usually keep sapphire around because not only does it help with the connection that I'm getting my information from, it also helps me to phrase things in a way that can be most easily understood and useful to the person I'm reading for. This is also good for speedy justice, the thyroid. It's thought to have a connection for dementia, for connecting with the angels, and also for the ears and eyes. So that's sapphire. Let's put that here. Herkimer helps with grounding. This is a stone that has a large amount of iron in it, which gives it a lot of heft. It's definitely heavy, but it also looks like it has red in it when it's not super polished. And so that's why it's called Hema stone, like blood. It's very cleansing, very grounding. It helps to clear energy we no longer need from the body, helps us to connect to the earth to release the energy that may be stuck. So we'll bring this in for sure. I'll put that behind the clear quartz. Iolite helps with everything from sleep disturbances to weight loss to fever to money management. It's a wonderful stone. It's also for being able to envision our spirit guides and helpers and any kind of messages or basically clairvoyance where we can see our intuitive hits in a way. Let's do this here and here. I also wanted to bring in Rutilated quartz for Korakar's stepfather. I'm going to bring in this one here. Rutilated quartz is clear quartz with these rutils or inclusions. They look like little hairs in a way. And essentially, this is a stone that helps take the energy of clear quartz and basically focus any energy that's around. And when I say focus, it helps the mind to focus. So if you're having difficulty focusing, this is a great stone. But it's also thought to help focus any healing intentions or treatments to exactly where they'd be most effective. And that's where it's thought to be helpful for folks that are battling cancer. It's also one that's thought to help build up a lot of physical energy, especially if you are very physically run down. So that's also helpful. So this is Rutilated Quartz. Lots of love to Korakar's stepdad. We'll put that there. We have Aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. So we already talked about Aragonite, but this particular specimen also has a second calcite in it. And that blue one that's in here with it, because the brown in here is the same as that guy. So the blue is actually connecting with the opposite chakra, not the earth star in this case, but the above the crown. It's called the soul star. Soul star chakra has to do with how we envision our potential forward. So it's sort of like the highest version of what we can achieve and our ability to like perceive it and sense and know and start to think about the things that we want to do to meet our goals. So Caribbean blue calcite and Aragonite for sure. These around. Labradorite can really help sleep. It also helps with attention to detail and customer service and workplace harmony. This can also be really helpful for, I'm sorry, I forgot your name, the person that's going to be starting your job tomorrow. You're here with your aunt. I apologize. Yeah, this can help with all matter of like workplace harmony and attention to detail and clairvoyance, and that's ability to see intuitively, just like iolite. This one is one that I often think of alongside tiger eye when I think of attention to detail and finding any kind of detailed errors or knowing what's important, big as far as the big picture of all those things and the small minute detail all being important. So let's go ahead and place this one here and this one here. Blue kyanite is helpful for radical self-acceptance, loving yourself exactly as you are. It's also really helpful for understanding the intuitive messages that we're getting. So even if you can't decode your dreams, this can be a really helpful stone. And it's also connected with neurological issues that might impact speech and mobility. This is thought to be helpful. So this is blue kyanite. It's so pretty. I love this stone. Let's see. Let's put some of that awesome energy right here and here and here and here. Actually, let's take these. Yeah, put them here. Apologies for the coughing fit. Yeah, sapphire is where it's at. Releasing childhood emotional pain. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I can touch on that. And I can see Patty's request too. Chevron amethyst, snowflake obsidian. And I have peridot and herkimer I'm going to get to in a moment too. Petrified wood. Yep. So petrified wood is what happens when a tree dies and then over time slowly turns into a stone. And in this particular case, it even has some new crystals forming on it, which you may or may not be able to catch in the flash right there in the center. But yeah, this can teach us a lot about death and rebirth. It's very connected with the death card in the tarot, but also for difficult transitions and growing despite significant loss, including the loss of a loved one. So we'll bring this in. So we'll put that here on top of the amethyst. That's petrified wood. Chevron amethyst is another great one for connecting to spiritual and psychic things. It's the difference between this and regular amethyst is the white and gray, like almost like a V, like a chevron going through it. It has nothing to do with the shape of the actual stone, but you see how there's those lines that kind of go sideways? Yeah, that's the chevron. If these pieces were bigger, you would see that that design continues going on. That's thought to take what we're saying and thinking up to our spirit guides and helpers and then return the message back. So it helps with being a messenger, essentially. The shape that they're cut into, the double terminated points, or double terminated meaning 2 points, they were carved into this shape. So this is thought to help if you place a double terminated quartz like in the center of you going up and down, like kind of like this. Oh, apologies. Didn't mean to bump into that. But yeah, if you place this vertically, like along the center of you, it can really help to align the chakras a little bit too. But yeah, this is great for connecting with our guides, understanding our guides, getting messages, sending messages up. Chevron amethyst is great for channeling. So where shall we place you? Go. Oh yeah, that looks nice. This will look even better when we can see it close up. In fact, let's move to that view now. There, now we can see it a little bit better. It's very crowded, but that's okay. Okay. Peridot helps us with breaking up cycles and habits that are no longer serving. It's also really helpful for prosperity, friendships, depression, and weight gain that comes from depression, if that's something you're struggling with. Snowflake obsidian helps to release guilt that's been held onto for too long, as well as reorganizing the patterns we have within ourselves that are not helpful. It's also one that helps us to balance our connection to body, mind, and spirit. It helps to calm overstimulation, like if you're just wired and pulled in every direction, this can help kind of calm your nervous system a little bit. And it's great for serenity and peace and hope after loss. Also good for clairaudience, which is hearing intuitive guidance. Let's even take these up. We'll put these two here and these two here. Let's take this and place it here. Let's do this. Cool, we're getting there. Herkimer diamond helps us to connect with spirit and helps us to manifest in a way that is a little bit more worldly minded and community minded than some folks might manifest. This basically says, I want to be connected to the most spiritually evolved version of whatever it is I'm asking for. I want everything that I'm manifesting to impact the people, places, and things in a positive way. This is being able to sit in a place of being in the present moment when we ask. And sometimes being in the present moment can shift our whole perspective about what we need and what our next steps are, and even just what the world is and who we are. But this is a stone that helps us to connect with that while we're asking for more. It's also a great stone for harmonizing energy that maybe isn't so harmonious. So it's a good thing. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. And let me just make sure I got everyone's requests. I know I missed a few. I have aquamarine in there. Unfortunately, I don't have amber. Yeah, clean water issues. Fish quartz if possible. Absolutely. I'm so glad you asked for it. We brought that in the other day and you weren't here and I was like, Cora Carr would love this. Yeah, we have a carved quartz bead that was given to me by one of the jewelers on Jewelers Row. And it's clear quartz. But carved in it are 2 fish. And I will do my best to show it to you. You can see the scales there. This little eye is right there. You'll have to trust me. The side is a flower. So that's the flower. And the, never mind my bitten up fingers. This is the fish. So the tail of one fish gives way to the eye of the other. And essentially it's the 2 fish, the joy of the union of yin and yang. It's a very sacred iconography that we see coming out of China and Southeast Asia in general. And it's energy moving and staying in motion. It's often very linked with the second symbol. If anyone has studied Usui Reiki, the second symbol, it's very connected with that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Keep that energy moving and flowing, not stagnating. Balance and things. Yeah, let's bring that in. That looks great. There we go. Good call, Cora Carr. Vincent Bone need joint health. Howlite. Absolutely. And I want to get, we did Rutilated quartz. Okay, great. Cool. Let's bring in some Howlite. This one's great for anger and resentment, but it's also a good one for, it's often called the bone teeth and hair stone, but it's exceptionally perfect for anything having to do with the joints and the bones specifically. Whether it's calcium absorption or density of bone, if you have an intention around that, this helps. And of course, I'm not the person who says like abandon all of the modern medicine and take only the crystals and the Reiki. That is so not my thing. Do all the things that work for you. I do all the things that work for me. I take, calcium supplements because I need them. And I also work with Reiki and the crystals and do weight-bearing exercises and all the things. But this is a great one for anything having to do with the joints, the bones, and also for anger and resentment and frustration to an extent too. But it helps to bring down anger and resentment just a moment so that you can kind of do some decision making and decide what you might need to do to kind of not be in that situation of anger and resentment, if there's anything you can do, and if not, what you can do to kind of move on. So I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to put these here. So that's our Howlite in the center there. And we're almost where we wanted to be today. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Susan. Glad you're here. I hope Greg's here too. Aw, yeah, definitely thumbs up and liking the stream really helps. Thank you for the reminder, Heart. I always forget the YouTuber things. Let's do emotional, releasing childhood emotional pain and sadness carrying through our adult relationships. Perfect stone for that, a gift from Cora Carr and Vincent. Lemurian Quartz, specifically Blue Mist Lemurian Quartz. So, let's see. This is a great stone for healing the past, specifically like you had requested, childhood stuff type healing. This is great for past emotional pain, whether it's past in this life or past in a previous life. And a lot of times it's both. We just keep doing the same stuff. I mean, it's like the same themes keep repeating until we can like work through them, whether we have the opportunity, etc. But this is great also for learning about yourself as you go through your spiritual journey and your healing journey. And it's really a beautiful stone. Anytime that, for those of you into astrology, if you're dealing with like a big Chiron transit, which is the wounded healer, this can be a good stone to work with too. But yeah, healing the past to live a more integrated and whole present. Definitely this. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Let's do put iolite for the sake of balance. Iolite there. I think we are good. It's a very chaotic looking grid today. I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes to give us a little bit more of a little bit bigger boat. And also a little bit more round too, so it will be a little bit easier to lay these out. But I think we are good. So sometimes we do that thing where I ask everybody to like hang on a moment. I'll pick a couple stones and y'all will vote on them. I think that our boat is pretty full today. So I think what we're going to do instead of doing that is I want you to go ahead and while I am explaining what Reiki is and how this works for those who might be new, go ahead and if you can, if you're not new here and you know, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, pop on into the chat and write anything that you are grateful for. This will help bring up the energy even more and will help support the grid as we jump into the healing side. So I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, what to expect. If you want to use the lube before we get into the healing, now is a great time. And if you'd like to hit that like button, now is a wonderful time. So thank you for being here, and let's learn about what Reiki is. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Usui Reiki for about 14 years. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, one-on-one distance sessions, and tarot readings, my crystal shop, my Discord, social media, and all that good stuff, go ahead and check out the links in the description or visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So what is Usui Reiki? Well, this style of healing known as Usui Reiki is named after the tradition's founder, Mikao Usui, and he created this particular method in the early 1920s in Japan. It is highly and deeply spiritual and 100% secular, and that's a big part of why it really resonates with us here in the West. it's the concept of energy comes to us really from the understanding that we see in Shintoism. Shintoism is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everything has a soul, and every soul is interconnected. There is an interplay there. Within all of that interconnectedness, there are some other spiritual forces at play, one of which is a spiritually guided soul or life energy. And that's roughly how Reiki is translated. So it's thought that this energy is flowing through you and me and everyone and everything, everywhere, all the time. Our body, mind, and spirit are always working with it to support our greater good and our highest balance. And today, essentially what I'll be doing is using Usui's techniques, connecting to this energy and directing even more of it to you, wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be watching this video, to support your greatest healing good. Your body, mind, and spirit will absolutely be in charge of it. And at any point in time that you want to add an intention or set any intentions, you certainly can. Just bring it to mind and let it go. What if you don't have an intention for healing? Well, morbid curiosity is a great reason to try some Reiki, and it's a perfect reason to be here. So you don't have to have any intention. You can just be. What to do during your session? Really, whatever helps you feel comfortable. I generally suggest that you sit up or lie down in a way that is physically comfortable to you, but you can also use this time to journal or throw a few cards for yourself or take a few stretches. Whatever feels right, this is your time for you. Your body, mind, and spirit will be kind of recalibrating and adjusting throughout the session. You may feel some sensations in your physical body. You may feel some feelings rise up or be released. You may hear your subconscious coming up. You may hear yourself thinking in a way. Sometimes Reiki helps provide a space for us to logically think some things through that we've really been struggling with and fail to kind of find some resolution in. And you may also have a spiritual experience or a big intuition or a sudden epiphany. Whatever the case may be, even a really relaxing nap, it's a perfect session for you every single time. Even though every single session feels different, it will show up in your body exactly as it's meant to. During the session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice them moving between several different colors slowly and evenly. At no point will it flash or strobe. And I'll have some music up in the background. If you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked all the way at the bottom of the description, so you can check her out. Additionally, I will send for 25 minutes. At the end of that 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice encourage you to take a deep breath and come on back to your body. And at that time, I'll reopen the chat and you can ask any questions that you have or share any experiences that you felt were meaningful. There's nothing else you need to do. You can just be exactly who you are, exactly how you are, exactly where you are, and that's perfect. I'm here 5 times a week if you want to join me at any other point in time for some healing. If I am not live, you can also go ahead over to our past live stream healing playlist. Watch an old video. You can skip ahead to the healing if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. But this way you'll be able to enjoy healing in a way that works for you in your time. So it's wonderful to have you all here, everyone coming together, and simply showing up really helps amplify the energy of what's available to everyone, just in the concept of communal chi. The more people come together with a shared or similar intention, the greater the energy is magnified to everyone there. So thank you simply for being here. It helps improve the experience for everyone. And most of all, thank you for being here and watching and hanging out. I absolutely love sharing healing with everyone, and I love having this opportunity to share it with you today. So if you want to join me again, go ahead and subscribe with your notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity. And don't forget to like the stream if you don't mind, because it helps other folks to find me and discover the stream, and it helps me to grow the channel. So thank you all so much, and let's get into that healing. So let's see, what kinds of beautiful things did we show gratitude for? Grace is grateful she was able to buy water at the supermarket today. I am grateful for you too. I am in West. We're not supposed to be having any issues with our water. Supposed to be. But you are in South. If you need any water, let me know. Oh, I love it. Mary French, I hope you're doing well. I have something that's going to be headed to you tomorrow. So it's good to see you, and thank you so much for all of your support. Yes, grateful for the roof over the head, plenty of food and water, and your spiritual journey. I love it. Received a client today and gave a tarot reading. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. Oh, I love everything about this. Eric, welcome in. Oh, I love it. Okay, cool. Gratitude for so many things that I can't name them all, right? Right. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. Everybody go ahead, get your chill on. I will see you all in 25 minutes. Enjoy the Reiki. And thanks again for being here. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. And you might be able to hear Hattie's little purrs, gently calling you back. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. If you have any questions or anything to share, the chat is open. Aw, so glad. I'm so glad it was helpful and soothing. Eric, you're so welcome. Grace, have a good night. I hope you have a good week ahead. Yes, the furry helpers are amazing. Yeah, are you purring? They are furry helpers, it's true. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you so much. Oh, your cats are purring too. I'm so glad. Yeah, you purring. You purring. Yeah, thank you all, everyone, for your requests and for being here. Wow, 32 people watching tonight. Absolutely wonderful. And everyone, you're so welcome. Moldavite is very intense connection to spirit. Like very, very intense connection to spirit. It's a beautiful stone, but it can bring up a lot of stuff for healing. It can be intense for some folks. And yeah, anyone that has any other knowledge about Moldavite, but yeah, it can help you to connect to spirit and to channel for sure. Learn about your soul's purpose. Yeah. Moldavite is a very specific type of tektite, which is tektite is a trade name for glass that comes from a meteor strike. And Moldavite is from a very particular, very specific meteor strike. Oh, thank you. Yes, definitely. Please give a thumbs up if you can. I appreciate that. What came through? I won't concern myself with how others evaluate me. Ooh, good call. It's a mix of celestial and terrestrial. It's good to open the third eye. Is it good to open the third eye? Yeah. It can be a bit intense for opening the third eye, though. But yes, it works for that. Here, let me, You want to say hi? You want to say hi before you run away? There you go, Booba. There you go, Booba. There you go, Booba. You can stay or go. It's up to you. Yeah, it's, Yeah, you're welcome, Chris. Yeah, it is a very intense stone. I definitely suggest working with it for short amounts of time at first. And using, that was Hattie. That was Hattie Cat. Gertie and her are sisters. Hattie is the tinier of the two. And Gertie is the more flop muffet. She's the more headstrong alpha type. Moldavite is great for the heart chakra. It's also great for like soul's purpose kind of stuff, like multiple lives, and yeah, it's a really intense stone. Oh, it's wonderful to have you all. Yeah, anyone else have any questions, let me know. You have a pendant that has moldavite and herkimer in it. That sounds about lovely, yeah. Moldavite can't. Here, let's actually see. My love of out-of-print books. I've got Love is in the Earth. It does pair well with herkimer. You're so welcome, Michelle. And you, by the way, everyone, you are absolutely welcome back. I'm here 5 times a week. Tuesdays at 8 p.m., Wednesdays at 4 p.m., Fridays at both 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m. All of those are East Coast U.S. time. You're always welcome here, and you can always watch the old healing live streams anytime that you need a little healing, whenever time it is. If you need a little support, they're absolutely there, and it absolutely works. And thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. But while some of you are still here, I'm going to peek into what other folks say about moldavite. I've definitely worked with it to like connect with spirit guides. Let's see how other folks have worked with it. It is moldavite. Oh, awesome. Natalie, you felt you saw one of your guides? I'm so happy for you. Yeah. Highly recommend moldavite for sure. So let me just look it up here. Moldavite. Yep, like me and Jen were saying, a tektite, which is found in Czechoslovakia. And you can tell how old this book is. Produced in a strew field 15 million years ago. Moldavite is a stone to serve the inhabitants of this planet. It stimulates cooperation between those of extraterrestrial origins and those who are experiencing life on Earth. It carries one beyond the mirage of life to a home which one has been absent, providing the image of eternity and the vision and energy to translate the image into reality. Higher dimensional galactic energies. It expands the scope and the magnitude of the vibrational spectrums which one can approach. It helps you to see more clearly in your visions. Third eye and throat, crown. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what Jen was meaning about the extraterrestrial part, because it is a meteorite. Or not a meteorite, because it came down and it was formed from that debris. So tektite, if you look that up in any book, you'll see that somewhat applies, but moldavite specifically is even more intense. I don't have any live classes right now, unfortunately. However, I am working on setting up like in-person practices for people who have taken online classes. That might be helpful. This way people from far away can take my classes, people who are more local can practice a little bit in person. So I am working on that. You don't have to, oh, and I just reread your message. You don't have to have a live person to practice on for Reiki too. We have, I basically teach you how to trade distance Reiki with other students. So You'll always have practice. And we always have online Reiki shares. Every week there's one, so that all of my past students can come in, and every week there's an opportunity to like ask me a question face to face. We do question and answer. We do a guided self-practice with a new technique each week. And then for the second hour, we pair up with another student of mine and we trade distance Reiki. But in the actual class, we do all of that in the class, like practicing Reiki with each other. We practice sending a session in advance to ourselves, and we send Reiki to another person. So I hope that helps. And I'd love to see you in a class. And this book is awesome. It is a little hard to find. It's very out of print. Another great book that is very old, but has been reprinted a million times, and you can definitely find it. The Curious Lore of Precious Stones, a gift from a jeweler. But yeah, there's some good books. My favorite stone book authors are Philip Permut and Cassandra Eason. Yeah, if you got to run, you go ahead, Jen. It was wonderful to see you. Yeah, it's I absolutely love that we've discovered new ways of connecting so that we can connect in Reiki healing regardless of where we are. It's, here we are. I teach more than Reiki, and I teach beyond Philadelphia, and it just seems so strange that Learn Reiki Philadelphia is like, it only describes so much of what I do anymore. It's it's just mind-boggling. Thank you all so much for being here, and I'm always here for question and answer time. I love it. We also broke 700 subscribers. Thank you. I've only been on YouTube about a year. Like, we outgrew Zoom and we came onto YouTube, and I'm so grateful to have all of you here. I never thought this was going to be a thing, and here we are. Thank you for making it a thing, everyone. You have all 3 crystal Bibles. Yeah, Judy Hall's stuff is good. Let's see. One of my favorites is Healing with Gemstones by Chase and Pollock, too. It's a good one. I find like crystal books, like a lot of things, it's find the books that resonate with you and the authors that resonate with you, and you found the right book and you found the right authors. Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and, with an abundance of gratitude for everyone here, thank you so much. This was a great turnout tonight. We had over 32 people. That's like 10 more than our max almost. So thank you, everybody. I deeply appreciate all of you, and I'm here, and I love sharing healing with all of you. So take care, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your week. I will be around. I will be back here Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Definitely subscribe with your notifications on so you don't miss the opportunity. And I hope to see you all again soon. Take care of yourselves till then, and bye for now.